Assalamu alaikum everybody and welcome to the Chevrolet Cobalt that was discontinued many years ago in South America, but here in Uzbekistan and in Central Asia it's still one of the best selling cars. And today we have brand new Cobalt. This Cobalt began production in Uzbekistan back in 2011. Over this long time, more than 500,000 Cobalts have been produced, and this is the solid information. Another source says that more than 1 million been sold all over the ex-Soviet Union countries, and it's a little bit difficult to get solid information from our region. Throughout this entire period, the Cobalt was released without changes and sold better than any corrupt official sells his morals when the bribe is offered. Chevrolet Cobalt is the most famous name in ex-Soviet Union countries. That comes from Uzbekistan. The Cobalt is more popular than our very delicious plov, our hospitality and our kind and caring people. So visit my country, spend some money and enjoy it. And finally we have a new Cobalt with real changes, not just different coloring or the front or rear lights with the stickers, real changes inside of the vehicle. Let's start from the exterior. Exterior is basically the same, they changed absolutely nothing. But before you close the video, there are some real changes, just give me a time. The Chevrolet Cobalt appearance can only be loved by their own mother. That's it. It's very ugly, there's no style, no beauty, just huge practical proportions that look ugly. Our trim is named Midnight. It has dark front optics and the rear optics look like they came from Need for Speed Underground 2 Underground 1. The wheels are the same, just painted black. Nothing changed basically. Despite the lack of any noticeable beauty, passers-by were admiring the new Cobalt, and we were filming this car near the traffic and all the cars inside of the traffic jam was looking at our car. Interior is great and this is how it should have been 10 years ago, but at least we have it now. Today it's a real competitor of the cheap Kia Soluto and Hyundai Accent that cost about $12,000–$13,000. Even better than in Hyundai and Kia. For example, we have one of the best audio system in its price segment, which is actually better than competitors. I think it's an absolutely new audio system that is better than even in the Tracker or Onyx that are more expensive in Uzbekistan. This is purely my feeling. I didn't measure it with any device, but everyone who were nearby and were listening to the music, they agreed with me. I like how they integrated display into the dashboard. They could have messed it up really bad, but no, everything was done perfectly. This is the best monitor integration in the modern automotive industry. So in ex-Soviet Union cars, the Soviet manufacturers or the manufacturers from the 90s, they produce the same car for decades, and when the screen is need to be integrated, they do it really bad. But our case is much different. It also has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's pity that there is no rear view camera, but thanks for the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. We must be more appreciative. Also, we have finally cruise control, and this cruise control is installed from the factory. Before, people in Uzbekistan put the cruise control from the bazaar on gray market in their steering wheels, and sometimes it works, sometimes it would not work. And we are happy that we have cruise control from the factory. Also, I'm very happy that now we have eco leather on our seats, and seats feel more very luxurious, and also we have premium stitching everywhere. These seats now have working heaters inside of them. Like before, about a few years ago, the new Cobalt came out, like updated Cobalt, and there were buttons for the heat heaters, but they didn't work, just the buttons. That's horrible. We also have an absolutely new tachometer, and that's in the progress. And it's pleases my soul that the car is really updated. And my soul been waiting and hoping for some changes in our auto industry, just like my ex-girlfriend was waiting and hoping for me to come back after she told me she broke up with her sugar daddy, and I would just run to her, but I just ignored her. They say that the noise insulation is better here, and I think it's not the case, but really I'm not sure. I need to test drive it for longer. The car is a little bit quieter, maybe not, or just I'm dreaming about it, really hard to tell. Anyway, I need to take this car for 3-4 days to give you a real answer about the noise isolation. Of course, we have some updates that Cobalt really needed, and no one provided those updates with the new Cobalt. For example, there is no button that opens the trunk, and that's a huge drawback. They made everything just gorgeous, but they really miscalculated this button, as bad as miscalculation of Sugar Baby that married a rich, ugly, fat guy, and before marriage he forced her to sign prenup. And that's really sad they didn't add the button. They should have at least added one on the steering wheel. I know people confuse it and will always drive it with the open trunk, but button anywhere is better than no button. Also, there is no armrest between the seats, but we are so used to not having armrest in our Cobalts that now we make our own armrest in Uzbekistan and they sell it in the bazaar, and the quality of the armrest is just same as the factory made, and it's really difficult to tell is it from the gray sweatshop or is it from the factory. In the back seats everything is fine, the seats fall down easily and quickly and there's no problems with that, and it's all very intuitive. But why they did make this stitching on the rear seat cushion for an armrest? You can see the line for the armrest, but there is no armrest. It's like they're telling us there will be an armrest in another 10 years, or you can curve armrest with the knife yourself and stitch it yourself, and that's very interesting, and I don't understand the point of this pattern, like just really why they put the stitching there. Despite the stupid drawbacks, I like the interior and I'm glad there are so many new features in this interior. Trunk is huge as the appetite of Corrupt official. Another Cobalt could easily fit in here without any problems. And also we have a real spare tire, not glue, not the small ugly one. Everything is just perfect with the spare tire and I love it. Under the hood we have our beloved and familiar engine, the new L2B. GM claims that this engine is more fuel efficient and has lower emissions and better dynamics and even better lifespan. It features new variable valve timing system, and both of an intake and exhaust have the new camshafts. The engine is fully complies with the Euro 5 standards. It has a new control unit, it has a new ECU similar to the one that has Tracker and Onyx, and usually this engine is very reliable. It easily can go 400-500,000 kilometers without any problem, because it has a truck engine chain. It's really bad, it's really big and really reliable, and I have no idea how it's possible to make this engine even more reliable, but time will tell. It generates 106 brake horsepower, and even with the small amount of the power it's still fun to drive. They also reprogrammed the transmission for faster and smoother shifts and for better fuel efficiency, and also they improved ABS system, and all that we will test right now in the test drive.
So new Cobalt that already 10 years is not made in South America. In Uzbekistan we have brand new car and it's still making money. This is one of our best export cars that we sell to all Soviet Union countries, ex-Soviet Union countries, sorry. And now it has cruise control, Apple CarPlay, as I said before. Handling is same, braking more smoother. The acceleration is more smoother, more linear. There is no aggression when you pull it. Before they adapted the VVTi system or made their magic with valves, it was a little bit more aggressive. Now it's smoother, and the official Chevrolet manufacturer says that this will have better fuel consumption than the previous model, and that's excellent. So basically, car is improved. We have better audio system, much better audio system. Audio system is in this price range. I don't know any car that has this wonderful audio system. Also, we have a cruise control. I have no idea does it work or not, because this car is not officially released yet, and we got very lucky. God helped us, and we received the car for the test drive on big parking, and that's okay. That's, already we have it. But in the future, if you're interested, we will make a full review in the mountains, and we will see how it goes. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about the car, and take care and bye bye.